This week on CWN, some of our students gave blood.
And we have more new teachers for you to meet. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Dawson, and today is Saturday, September 17, 2022. You are watching Calallen Wildcat News Weekly Review.
We are staying busy here at CHS, having college night and meet the teacher, which Judge Benavides showed up and discussed attendance and picture day all this week. So Dawson, did you go to college night?
Yes, I actually did. There was a bunch of colleges out there. There was also representatives from all universities, and the military was also there.
Absolutely. This week, let's kick off the show with a few more interviews with some of our new teachers. This time, let's see what our new English teachers have to say. William caught up with Miss Treat, a new teacher and former student here at Calallen. Let's take it to them to see how our experience has been so far.
Hi, I'm William from Calallen TV, and I'm here with Miss Treat. So, how are you liking Calallen so far?
You know, I actually graduated from Calallen. I'm loving being back, and it's been a great year so far.
Oh, well, that's nice. Where were you before you started teaching here, though?
I actually just graduated from Texas A&M University, Kingsville, and then I did my student teaching here, so...
Oh, that's nice. And what are your hopes for this year?
I'm hoping to have a great year and have a lot of fun in our English class.
Oh, well, I'm very excited to see what you do. Back to the studio.
Did you know Miss Treat played basketball? She played point guard for Calallen.
I did know that. She is my teacher, and she's very nice.
That's great. William also caught up with Mr. Scarborough to gain more insight on what it is like to be a new teacher at Calallen and more. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm William from Calallen TV, and I'm here with Mr. Scarborough. So, where were you before this?
I was at Ingleside a year ago, and then before that I was at Kingsville.
Oh, and what was it like there?
There was like a lot of pride in everything that they did, but as far as this campus, definitely has nothing on you guys.
All right, well, that's good to know. What are your hopes for this year?
As far as my hopes this year, I'd like to see like what you guys have in store as far as like all y'all's extracurriculars, what y'all do in classes, like everything that y'all kind of exude. I've already seen it in those first few weeks, and I'd like to see more.
All right, and how are you liking Calallen so far?
So far, it's a lot of fun. Everyone here is very welcoming, has a great attitude, and so far, it's just been great.
All right, thank you. That is all. Back to the studio.
There was a blood drive on Tuesday. Emily caught up with Nurse Flores and one of our students here at Calallen. For more information, let's check it out.
Good morning, Cats. Today I'm here with Kayla, one of our blood donors. So Kayla, can you tell us a little bit about what it's like giving blood?
So I've never given blood before. This will be my first time, so I'm kind of nervous.
Why are you giving blood this year?
I'm doing it to get my blood cord because I am a senior, and also because there's been blood shortages and whatnot recently, and it's just kind of a good thing to do to give blood to those who need it.
That's actually a really good cause. So if you can give blood if you are above the age of 17, I recommend you go give some blood. I'm here with Nurse Flores. So Nurse Flores, can you tell us a little bit about the process for giving blood with the school?
Yes, so the process is really simple. You can come to the nurse's office and we can sign you up, or you can stand right outside our office, and this little QR code, you'll just scan it and it'll tell you step by step on how to register and also what time you can register for. So it's really simple.
So what are the benefits that others gain from when we give blood?
Some of the benefits, well, most of the benefits is you save lives. It's not just about giving blood and receiving a red cord. It's also about giving lives to others, whether they're newborn, whether they're young, whether they are adults. We make a difference, and we need that. We need to make the difference.
All right, that's all from us. Now back to the studio.
So our blood drive was very successful. We got almost 50 units of blood. Did you donate?
I unfortunately didn't, but did you know that 50 units of blood can save almost 150 lives?
No, I did not. As always, it is now time for your weekly GP student report.
It is pretty fascinating to see what our Wildcats over the bridge are doing throughout the week.
Yes, it certainly is. Let's check it out and see what all GP has been doing.
Good morning. My name is Elijah Tambara Valel, and here is the latest of what has been going on at GP.
FFA officer Lizzie Sides started a nonprofit organization for other FFA school chapters.
I have created a nonprofit organization to help small FFA chapters across the state of Texas based on business projects or community service events that they've completed through their chapter.
Student council elections are a work in progress. Many students are looking forward to change our school for the better.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Roden, and I'm running for junior vice president because I thought it would be very fun and I want to be more involved within the school.
I think it'd be cool. I think I could win, and I think I'd be the best person for the job.
The campus holds its annual college fair this week. Students were able to take advantage of the day to check out schools for after they graduate.
And now, on to sports.
The Wildcats are 2-1, heading into a game against Bernie.
Colton Harrison made that big sack right before half to really give us some momentum. And then coming out, we knew that we had to score first drive, so that's what we did with a big play by Colton Harrison, going down the sideline, and then our defense shut him out, and we came back onto the field and scored again. It's just when your defense only allows 2 touchdowns, it makes the offense really easy to do.
GP plays against Veterans Memorial in their first game of district this week.
It's not gone how we expected, and we've learned a lot from the teams we've played, but it's preparing us for district when it really matters. You can expect us to come out with a fiery passion that we have tried to show all season, but it's especially going to come through next Friday because we start district the following week, so we need to really be ready to take home the W.
And that is all the Wildcat news we have for this week. If you like what you saw, check out the 2 QR codes or the link below. Thank you for watching.
Ace caught up with Ms. Burkhart to gain more insight on her physics lab over kinematics. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, today I'm here with Ms. Burkhart. So Ms. Burkhart, can you please explain what your kids are doing today?
Oh, I'd love to. Well, we're studying kinematics. That's the study of motion. So we're actually looking at determining the type of motion that their car is by graphing the motion. So we're creating a position time graph and a velocity time graph to analyze what type of motion it is. Is it constant velocity? Is it something that's speeding up? Is it slowing down? And then we're actually finding the quantitative value. What is the speed of the car or velocity? And so that's kind of what they're doing today is they're playing with their cars.
Okay, great. Thank you. Back to you.
Mr. Smith's chemistry class conducted a lab this week which involved dry ice. In order to gain a better understanding of chemical changes, let's send it to Emma for more.
Hey cats, I'm here with Mika Chase and Mr. Smith. So I heard y'all were doing a lab on dry ice. Can you tell me more about that?
It's a very educational and very well done lab, and it was very fun, and we learned lots, and we have a great teacher.
Perfect.
Well, thank you, Mika. I appreciate that.
Mr. Smith, so what was the purpose of this lab?
So what we're doing, we've been looking at physical and chemical properties, and so today we wanted to look at some state changes, solid to gas, solid to gas, and then maybe a gas to a solid. And we did that by looking at dry ice. All right, dry ice isn't really ice, it's carbon dioxide, and it's really cold. And so the first thing they do is they put a little dry ice in a sealed baggie and watch as it expands. And so the only thing that can be expanding in there is the CO2. So it's going directly from a solid to a gas, and that's sublimation. They then take the similar set of dry ice and put it in a beaker with water and soap, and it starts to bubble up, the soap does. And the soap bubbles are cloudy. The dry ice in the bag's not cloudy, so we got to figure out what's that cloud, what's happening. And that's literally what it is. It's a cloud. Cloud's made of ice crystals, and so what the dry ice is doing is dry ice is in the water, turning into a gas, blowing a bubble. That bubble's got some water vapor in it, and it's really cold, and that water vapor turns directly from a gas to a solid, and that's called deposition. So we're seeing both of that sublimation and deposition occur at the same time. But it's really kind of subtle to see that, all right?
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mrs. John's pre-AP chemistry class had a lab over pure substances and mixtures. Let's take it to Emma for more.
Hey cats, I'm here with Miss Johns. So Miss Johns, can you tell me what the purpose of this activity was?
Well, we are learning about matter, and so the last part of this is we're doing pure substances versus mixtures and leading right into atomic structure as our next unit. And so, and a big part of science is learning how to draw science. They're called particulate diagrams. And so today they worked on looking at, we had different pieces of hardware, screws, nuts, bolts, washers, all kind of things. And they were either singly in the bag, mixed in the bag, put together, those kind of things. And so they were drawing them and then having to determine if they were put together, it meant there was bonding happening. So it was a compound. And if there were different compounds or different mixtures, elements in there, then it became a mixture. So they had to pretty much classify what was in the bag. I know it's not really elements yet, but we're working towards that. And a big part of science is drawing particulate diagrams. And so we're just getting started on that because the idea is to draw science. It's really important to me. I think it's the best way to learn. And so besides hands-on lab activities, is drawing. And so that's what we're doing today.
Perfect. Thank you. Back to the studio.
Socorro spoke to Ms. Carrillo for more insight on our annual college night which occurred last Thursday. Here's them for more.
Hey Cats, I'm here with Mrs. Corrillo. So Mrs. Corrillo, I heard that this Thursday is college night. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, this Thursday from 6 to 8 in our cafeteria, we have over 70 colleges coming to see us and to see you kids and start to plan for your life after high school.
Thank you. Now back to the studio.
Now let's take it to Monique with the rundown on sports.
Thank you, Maddie, and good morning, Wildcats. Last Friday, the Calallen Wildcat football team faced off against the Flower Bluff Hornets and defeated them 40-7. We have the highlights from that game as well as interviews with some of our players. Let's hear it from our reporters Hayden and Michaela for more.
I'm Hayden Brock. We're here to talk about the Calallen football game. So Calallen played a very powerhouse 5A school, Flower Bluff. You know, that's a long-time rivalry for us. And Bryce Burnett, the varsity QB, had 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. Sean Wolf had a receiving touchdown. So we're going to take it to Bryce Burnett for the rest of it.
What's up? It's here with the quarterback, Bryce Burnett. And first and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to the O-line. They've been some dogs and been pushing the D-line around lately. I also want to give a shout out to my receivers, Sonny Carpinello, Skylar Rubio, and Sean Wolf for making plays on the field. And we're also blessed with the best backfield, probably in South Texas, Luke Medina, Epi Hinojosa. It's really hard to stop them. And also a big shout out to our defense, Jude Hernandez, Isai Sanchez, Ernest Hinojosa, Skylar Rubio, Alex Kidigua. They're all some big hitters. Also want to give a big shout out to Coach Fowler with the good game plan. Had us working all week, and we just came out and executed. We won 40-7 against Flower Bluff. So all around, it was a great team win, and we're just getting better for next week to go beat Cuero.
I feel excellent. I don't know. I'm kind of excited right now. I'm kind of speechless. We had a really great practice this week, and I feel like we executed on defense and offense.
Who do y'all play next?
Cuero.
All right. What are y'all doing to prepare for that?
Same thing again. Going into next week, preparing way harder. They're a really good team all around, and I feel like we can take them on too.
And Sean had that 25-yard touchdown pass from Bryce. So what was going through your head on that play?
I was just thankful for my line for blocking and the great chemistry me and Bryce have together. And I was just happy that Bryce threw a really good pass so I could just catch it and score.
All right, thank you. Back to the studio.
The football team faced off against Cuero in Cuero yesterday. We will have those results for you next week. Tennis has been busy playing in meets this past week. Let's send it to Lily, who spoke to one of our players, Morgan, for the results on the first tournament.
Good morning, Calallen. I'm here with Morgan Garcia talking about her tennis match last Saturday. So, Morgan, can you tell us a bit how you did?
Well, this Saturday we played Kingsville, and we won as a team, and I won 6-2, 6-1.
That's good. And what are your expectations for the season?
I hope that we win district this year. We have a higher chance than we did last year. We just have to put in that work and keep on trying.
Well, that's good. Good luck to tennis, and that's all from us. Now back to the studio.
Logan caught up with Coach Radford about tennis's most recent match. Let's see what they have to say.
Hello, Calallen TV. My name is Logan Barraza. I'm here with Coach Radford. So you guys won your game yesterday. Is there anything you guys did to prepare for that?
We did. We started in July playing tennis for the fall season, and we've played several team matches. I think we're at number 8 at this point, 3 of which have been district, and like I said, we're 3-0 at this point. So we've done a lot of preparation playing big teams from San Antonio and the Valley, getting ready for district, and I think it's paid off.
And I understand it is Coach Martinez's first time coaching. What do you think? How do you think he did?
Well, Coach Martinez is my new assistant coach, and he has stepped up to help me out, and it's very much appreciated. And I tell you what, last night was his first night. He is a motivating coach, and the kids found that he's a happy-go-lucky, very motivating guy who is there for the right reasons. He knows some tennis, so that helps as well. And if I'm being honest, he's pretty excited because he says that he has a perfect record at 1-0. So I guess he does, and you know, he did a great job, and I'm thankful to have him.
Well, that's great, Coach Radford. Now back to the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez, for stepping up and helping out tennis and being one of the newest coaches, especially with the short staff that we have here at Calallen. And I know he also played tennis in college, so he has a lot of experience. So that should be good for our tennis team. The volleyball team had their first district game of the season against Robstown and came out with a strong win.
I'm Dalton. I'm here with Ashley. And Ashley, how did y'all play on Friday against Robstown?
We did very well defensively and worked together as a team.
All right, when is y'all's next game, and how are you going to prepare for that one?
Our next game is on Tuesday, and we're going to prepare by eating together.
All right, thank you. Back to the studio.
Volleyball also took a trip to Laredo United for one of their most recent games. We caught up with Coach Pettis for more on that. Let's take a look.
I'm here with Coach Pettis, the varsity volleyball coach. So, Coach, y'all had a tough loss last night against Laredo. What could y'all have done differently to take away from that game?
The takeaways from the game was that they were a very talented team. They ran a very quick offense, very sound defensively. What that's going to do is help us better prepare for our district play. That was a big school, a big 6A school actually. So we will be able to, I think, take from that game movements that we need to fix that are going to be more calibrated to our district level of play, and we should be able to succeed from there.
So y'all have a game this week against Bishop on Friday. At Bishop, right?
No, it's here.
Oh,
actually.
here.
Yes.
So what are y'all going to do in practice to work on?
We're going to work on our offense. We're going to continue to be work on our serve receive because our first contact's super important. We're going to make sure that we're ready to come together communication-wise, leadership-wise, and be competitive, as the girls know I want them to be.
Thank you. Now back to the studio.
The volleyball team faced off Bishop here at Calallen yesterday. We will have those results for you next week. Cross country had an amazing run this last weekend, and we got to hear from our girls coach, Coach Spencer, and a senior runner, Grayson. Let's take it to them for more.
Good morning, Wildcats. I'm here with Fisher Spears, who last Saturday competed in the cross country meet. So, Fisher, overall, how did the team do?
Overall, we placed second as a team. Jude Harms placed second. Tanner Spears placed third. I placed sixth, and Tanner Martinez placed 10th.
Okay, and what place did y'all get as a team?
We got second overall.
Sounds like y'all are a pretty salty crew. So, Fisher, thank you for your time. Good morning, Wildcats. I'm here with Coach Spencer, who last Saturday had his girls compete. So, Coach Spencer, how did your team do?
In all honesty, I don't think we ran our best. We had some good times. We had some good placements, but I think on average our times are usually a lot higher. And we just chalk it up to being one of those weeks. You know, we've been going since the beginning of July. We've got a bye week this week, so we're taking some time off to get some rest. And I think eventually, what happened is we started getting a little tired, but our girls pushed through that, and I'm proud of the way they fought.
It was a hard meet, a bunch of hills. It was at Guth Park. And it was very, very hot, and it's still pretty early on in the season, almost halfway done, and there's definitely more room for improvement, and honestly, I have a really good feeling about district.
Thank you, Grayson. That's all from me. Now back to the studio.
Swim had their first meet of the season on Wednesday, hosting Alice and coming out with the win.
I'm here with Coach Laurent. So, Coach, y'all had a swim meet yesterday. How do you think that went?
Well, it went really good. It was the first one. It was kind of a practice meet. We just wanted to get used to, all the rules and regulations. We had one of the officials there that kind of clued in the younger kids that may have made some mistakes and could have gotten DQ'd in a regular meet, but like I say, it was just for practice. But overall, the meet went really well. It was just us and Alice. Alice has a much bigger team than us, so overall, they scored more points just because they had more kids in events, but we did really well as far as first place and second place finishes, so I thought we did really well.
So I heard Jenny Pinkins broke a record. What was that record for?
Yes, she did. She broke the individual medley that was held by Erica Larson. And, she broke it by, I think, 3 or 4 seconds. So she did really well. And it's not even one of the events that she does normally. So, she's just a really strong swimmer, and she can swim all the strokes and does a really good job.
When do y'all actually start for swimming, y'all's district?
Our district meet will be the very last meet. It's not till, like February. So we have a long season ahead of us. Lots of practices and lots of meets to go. So the district meets a little bit. It's more like track where your very last meet, all the district teams come together and meet up and compete.
Thank you. Now back to the studio.
All right.
And that's the latest on Calallen Sports. Now back to the anchors.
Thank you, Monique, on the rundown on sports. We just had a tough game against Cuero, a big perennial powerhouse.
And our cross-country team is also looking really good there. And I also know our golf starts on Monday.
That's great, and good luck for all sports.
Now here's Jace with today's weather forecast. How's it looking outside, Jace?
Thank you, Maddie. Today's weather forecast is brought to you by Sonic America's Drive-In. Right now it's about 85 degrees Fahrenheit with a 60% chance of rain and winds going southeast at 7 miles per hour. Going into the rest of today, we're at 12 o'clock, it's 87 degrees Fahrenheit, a 30% chance of rain, winds going 10 miles per hour east-southeast. At 4 o'clock, it is going to be 88 degrees Fahrenheit with a 15% chance of rain, and winds going southeast at 13 miles per hour. At 8 o'clock, it's going to be 84 degrees with an 8% chance of rain, and winds going southeast at 11 miles per hour. Going into Sunday, it's going to be 90 degrees Fahrenheit with a 60% chance of rain, and winds going east-southeast at 14 miles per hour. That's all for me. Now back to the anchors.
Thank you, Jace.
And that's all your announcements for today, but now it's time for your joke of the day. So guys, what do you call a bee you can't understand?
I don't know, Dawson, what?
A mumblebee.
For all you social people out there, make sure you are following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Calallen TV for all the latest updates. Also, subscribe to us here on YouTube to catch all of our latest videos.
And as always,
stay classy, Calallen.